Hello and welcome in this another special edition of TravelLito. In the previous vlog, you have seen the setup of my workstation. You might be wondering how I assembled this table. So in this vlog, I am going to show you how I assembled Skarsta table from Ikea. Before I begin, just a couple of reminders. First, be careful because the parts of the table, especially the leg part, are heavy. You might want to consider assistance to assemble this. Second, also please check the guide carefully to avoid mistake and redoing it, like what happened to me. So please watch the entire video to be able to know the corrections that I made. Here in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, there are two IKEA stores. I bought the leg part of the table from IKEA Festival City branch because that time they do not have the size of the tabletop that I need. That time they got the bigger size of the tabletop only. But nothing to worry with the leg part because regardless of size of the tabletop you need, it is still using the same part of leg. So it is not a problem at all. With regards to the tabletop, I bought it from IKEA Jebel Ali branch after several days of checking the availability online and by calling their help center to reconfirm it. I really do recommend to call them before going to the store to double check the availability and avoid spending time traveling there, yet there is no guarantee of availability. This table is fast selling item considering that more people are working from home still. So if you are interested to grab one, grab it as soon as possible. The tabletop that I have is the smaller size, which is 120 by 70 centimeter, and the color is called beige. I hope I read it correctly. It's beige white, and I was lucky that I got the last piece of this item. Also, as you can see, this tabletop can fit inside a car, a regular car, just behind the driver's seat. So if you want to take a taxi, it should not be an issue. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be one among the first who will receive notification once I upload new vlog. If you have any question or comments, please write it down below and I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. First, open the box and familiarize the parts, the screws or bolts, and the tools inside the box. The only tool that you need to prepare, which is not inside the box, is the Phillips screwdriver. That is the screwdriver that has plus shape at the tip. Next, connect the beam part of the table. This will connect or hold both right and left legs of the table using the screws and nuts. Please make sure that you connect the beam according to the size of your tabletop. The one that you can see here is for the bigger tabletop. It should have been screwed here as shown in the arrows. I will show to you later the correction that I've made for this. Next is to connect the legs to the beam. Another mistake over here is I positioned the beam mistakenly in this way. It should be the opposite way. I will show to you also the correction later. And reminder again, the legs of the table are quite heavy and you might want to consider assistance to hold it, especially if you are connecting both sides because it might fall or drop to the floor. These are the bolts and the Allen wrench required to connect the legs of the beam. These are included already in the box, so you don't need to buy one. It is really helpful if you familiarize the design and identify the difference of each tools, screws, bolts, and nuts to avoid confusion. These metal rods that I'm holding are the lever that you crank to increase or decrease the height of the table, while the other rods are like the chassis of the car that helps both legs to go up and down simultaneously. From here, I realized that there is something wrong with the beam, so please pay attention to this part while I am correcting the beam. To correct this position of the beam, I need to position it the other way around. As you can see, I am removing the bolt and nuts and flipped it upside down. Also, please ask assistants to hold the other side to avoid this situation from happening, which may damage the floor because it's very heavy, or the metal part itself. Also, avoid using the lever this way and also cranking it without pushing the lever all the way out to the other side of the leg. If you want to test it at this stage, just make sure to get the end of the lever passed through the hole. The mistake that I have done here is letting the tip of the lever only to get in the hole and cranked it clockwise and counterclockwise several times. What happened was the tip of the lever was twisted, which does not allow the body part of the lever to get inside because it was crooked and does not fit in the hole anymore. Remember also that the shape of the other half of the lever and the whole of the leg is hexagon like the Allen range. So any changes of the shape or misalignment, it may not fit anymore. Another correction with the length of the beam is to move the other half, both sides of the beam closer, because the tabletop that I have is the smaller one. It is for 120 by 70 centimeter only, while the length that I just made is for the wider tabletop. So I need to change it and move them closer. it is time to assemble the tabletop with all the accessories or holders of the lever, and it will be placed under the table, so I have to flip it upside down. Note also that you can place the crunker or the lever either in the right side of the table or the left side of the table. In my case, I place it in the right side because I am right-handed, and that is also the favorable side considering the space of the area where I will place the table. Before finally covering it with the tabletop, make sure that the chassis are in place properly, along with a small rubber ring that you need to place it in the middle of the connected chassis. Also, do not forget to put the 4 double-sided tape on the 4 sides of the beam, which helps the tabletop from scratching or touching the beam. Once that is done, you can now put the tabletop and screw it from the 4 corners of the table. This is the lever or crunker or whatever you call it. So the problem that I was talking about earlier is regarding the tip of or head part of this crunker that was twisted. Because I tested it several times incorrectly, it is not aligned anymore to its body part. And as I mentioned, the shape of this is hexagon, therefore it is very important for the head to be aligned with the body of the crunker to be able to get through the whole of the leg.
So what I've done, I twisted it like back using the pliers, and now it should be okay. Alright, so what I can advise you, don't use it when you get it inside that hole. Make sure that you get until here, not only this part, the head part, because otherwise if you twisted it, it will not fit anymore the second part of it, because you touch already here, so they are already deformed. So I'll show you how to put it here. So see, now it fits, it gets in, and I can just lock it here. That's how it should work. See, this is exactly the size. So what I'll do, I'll put it right now. I'll show you the hole, the one I'm talking about. Hopefully it's visible to you guys. Alright. So this is the hole that I was talking about. That hole. Yeah, it should get there.
So this is now the last piece. I am attaching the stopper. This will prevent the crunker to go all the way out when I pull it and crank it. Best part of this table is the quality of the table. Also, you have 2 different sizes that you can choose from, whichever is suitable to your need and space requirement. The biggest size is 160 by 80 centimeter, and the smaller size, which the one I have, is 120 by 70 centimeter. There are only two colors, namely beige white and white. I hope I read that color correctly. And on the top of that, you can adjust the height of the table. You can increase the height from 70 centimeter to 120 centimeter, which allows you to work by sitting or standing.
Guys, thank you for watching in this special edition of TravelLito. And for those who are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you will receive notification when I upload new videos. And also leave your comments over there. And I wish that all of you are safe. Keep staying at home. Once again, this is TravelLito. Thank you for sticking around.